Here's Prescott. Over middle, fire, caught, CeeDee Lamb, touchdown, Dallas.
What up, Cowboy Nation? It's your boy Big D over here at Big D Media, talking all things Dallas Cowboys and other NFL news. Real quick before I get started, want to help your boy like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell so you know anytime your boy talking about the Dallas Cowboys or the NFL. All right, Cowboy Nation, it's been kind of hard to make this video, but it's over. 2023-2024 season has come to an end in one of the worst fashions I think any of us could have ever imagined. I don't have many words because I don't even understand why that happened. You know, why what happened. Our defensive coordinator felt that it was necessary to run zone this game since one of our cornerbacks were hurt. Our defense was not good at tackling. Our defense was not good at getting to the passer. Our defense wasn't good in coverage. They weren't good as far as communicating. We really came out and just, excuse my language, shat the bed. We did. We did not perform to the level that we are capable of performing as coaches or as players. Our coaches got a little too cute, I believe. We got a little too cute as far as no pre-snap motion. We felt like we could just line up and run what we were going to run. We didn't give Dak many pre-snap reads to see what the defense was in. I think that really would have helped with the type of coverage they ran, because they ran, you know, the type of coverage that most quarterbacks struggle against when they get into you with if they're good enough to get to you with their front four and they drop in 7, you can't send 7 receivers out. So for the most part, everything is covered, and you have to make tight window throws, be very on time. The timing can't be messed up, and if it is, you're going to have a long day. And they messed up the timing for us all day. They got to Dak. Dak was hit 9 times, sacked 4 times. The offensive line was okay. I hear a lot of people saying that, you know, the offensive line did good. Nah, when your quarterback gets sacked 4 times, your O-line did not do very well. Now, that one sack that he took where he rolled out and he just didn't throw the ball away and pushed us out of field goal range, I do not know what was wrong with Dak Prescott on Sunday. And haters and trolls can say, it's Dak Prescott, he always do. No, man, no. What I seen from Dak Sunday was something I haven't seen. I don't know if the I can't even think of the word to say, because I'm just, oh man, it was ridiculous. Like, I mean, I have no words. And the person I felt the worst for was my son. My son is 14. He loved football. He's starting to get more and more into it now that he started playing. And he got into the whole seeding thing. He's learning the divisions and, you know, just different, you know, how the NFL works as far as playoffs and, you know, the divisions, the conferences. He's learning more and more about the sport he loves. And the look on his face, man, like, he just did not understand, you know, what was going on. And I wish I could have told him. And I didn't understand what was going on. You know, and he a tough kid. He didn't cry or anything like that. But, man, I thought I was about to. I'm so serious. Like, the way I felt to see these people running up and down the field as they pleased. I mean, it was gut wrenching, man. I felt like I was gonna throw up. You know, me and my homeboy come over, me, him, and my wife. We usually have some drinks during the game and just watch the game and enjoy it. I couldn't have a drink. I was terrified after that first drive when they scored and we didn't score. That's usually the games we lose, man. Those are usually the games we lose. When we give a team the ball, they walk right down the field and score, and we come out and go 3 and out. Those are the games we lose, man. And for more times than not, we've lost that game with that scenario at the beginning, whether it's Tony Romo, whether it's Dak Prescott, whether it's Mike McCarthy, Jason Garrett. When the game starts like that, as long as I've been watching the Cowboys, we lose that game. Now, I know it's been other instances where we haven't, but I'm just saying for the most part, when the game starts like it did Sunday, we lose. And I don't want to put it all on Dak Prescott because our defense was bad, man. Communication, linebackers and their eye discipline was horrible. I mean, when the lineman pulls away from you, you don't jump out of your gap. Like Damone Clark it was a and B gap, and he'd end up jumping out to the C gap, trying to cover a run, coming right into the A gap. Like, I don't understand what we see in Damone Clark. And if he's still our linebacker next year, expect for things to be the same. For one, the last 2 linebackers we've had are not physical. Leighton Vander Esch and Damone Clark I'm speaking of, they're not physical because they have spinal fusions. And when you have a spinal fusion, you probably shouldn't be playing football. And if you are playing football, you probably should not be playing linebacker. You're going to have neck issues playing linebacker. It's a position full of contact, full of head-to-head contact, shoulder to shoulder, upper body contact is where you live as a linebacker. And if you have a fused spinal cord, you're not going to be very good. You're not going to be a physical linebacker at all. And if you're not a physical linebacker, you're not a good linebacker. So how about if we're going to draft a linebacker, let's make sure his neck and spine is all intact. Let's make sure he can hit people. Let's make sure he wants to hit people. Linebacker play caught up with you. As much as you fans want to say, Dak Prescott, your linebacker play caught up with you. J-Ron Curse, horrible in coverage. And this year, he was bad in run defense. It's ran its course. J-Ron got some money out of the deal. He got a couple of years to extend his career. J-Ron was on his way out of the league when he came to us. And I think he squeezed everything he could out of this opportunity, but this opportunity needs to be over if you want to move on in the next round. I know y'all want to say Dak, but your safety's been one of your problems too. One of your safeties. Your D lineman. When it comes to the right team, they get bullied off the ball. D-Law, all of them. Micah Parsons didn't do a damn thing in this game. Micah Parsons didn't do nothing against Buffalo. Micah Parsons didn't do nothing against San Francisco. Are we starting to see a pattern? These games, we need Micah Parsons to make a play, get that sack fumble, chase the quarterback off to where he can't get the first down, whatever it is we need him to do. He hadn't been doing it. They need to get that boy off that podcast and get him refocused on football, because it's starting to look like Micah Parsons want to be more of a star than a football player. Now, I love him, but he not coming through for us in big moments. Just like, I know you like him. I know you like him. And your first thought is to say Dak Prescott. But what did Micah Parsons do to help you in this game? Because he finna be a very expensive person soon, too. So tell me what Micah Parsons did in this game to help you win. What did DeMarcus Lawrence do to help you win? That's a big money, man. Your receiver was acting as if the game was over when he missed one pass, when a couple of passes didn't go his way. He's a leader on his team, whether he feels he is or not, and the rest of the team follows suit with the confusion that him and Dak had going, because nobody understood why they wasn't on the same page, especially the guys who've been in the locker room for him, with him. Yes, the ball on the sideline was a little early. I see other receivers catch it. I see Justin Jefferson them catching balls that shouldn't be caught. But Dak got to be perfect, right? I know you want to say Dak. I know you do. And he didn't play good. But us not getting to the pass rusher and to the passer in big games caught up with you. Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, run blocking. We haven't had a run game all year to help our quarterback, which everybody in the playoffs right now, Detroit, San Francisco, Green Bay, Buccaneers, they all have a decent running game. We don't. We don't. That's what helps your quarterback in times like he was facing Sunday, where they're dropping 7 people into coverage and only 4 are up on the line, only like 5 or 6 in the box. And we can't get enough. We can't make them come out of that with our run game because our run game ain't good enough. If our run game was good enough, we could have ran them out of that zone to the point where they had to put more people in the run fit and manned up outside. And you would have seen things loosen up a lot more. But the problem was the run game, was the reason your quarterback could not get going in this game. The time of possession was lopsided because your defense couldn't stop the run again. I know you want to say Dak, but where was the run game to help him? See, the problem a lot of Cowboy fans are having is that we saw these deficiencies all year. Our defense wasn't very good at stopping the run, and our offense wasn't good at running the ball. But we looked past it like we got Dak, and you put everything on his shoulders, and when it weighed him down, you got mad at him. But we put everything on Foles' shoulders to get us over this hump. And he can't even start to climb it because there's so much on his shoulders that we ain't got no run game. There you go, Dak. Your defense kind of bad. There you go, Dak. Trayvon Diggs hurt. There you go, Dak. You got to score a little bit more because our defense ain't going to be that well. Oh, your offensive line ain't really been healthy all year, Dak. There you go, Dak. Put that on your shoulder. You'll get us through it. Everything was on Foles Sunday, and he couldn't come through for us because the magnitude of it was too big. Everything that was on his shoulders, I felt was too big. He had to try to beat. He had to try to get to the Super Bowl with no running game, a bad run defense, and some bad coaching. Let's face it. For us to just switch up our scheme and what we did to get here is ridiculous. And it stinks of somebody trying to prove they the smartest person in the room. I don't know what Dan Quinn's point of running the zone was. I don't know. I'm not a defensive coordinator in the NFL. Maybe it was something he's seen. I just don't think it was a good idea. Look how confused the players were. Look how wide open these people were. That wasn't a coincidence, man. That was because we switched the defense in the last game of the year. In the most important game of the year, we switched it. Now, if I'd have heard you done that against Buffalo or San Francisco, like we tried to run the zone, but it just didn't work out. Okay, cool. We can go back to the drawing board. Ain't no drawing board after this, man. So you can't be experimenting in playoff games. We have been a predominantly man defense team all year. And you wait to this game to run zone. So I really don't understand it, Cowboy Nation. I don't have many words for it. That's why it took me 3 days to make this video. I started to yesterday. I'm sitting here trying to get my thoughts together before I get on camera, and I was like, man, the hell with that video. I don't know what to say. I don't want to try to tell Cowboy fans it's okay, just calm down, we'll be all right, and we will, because it just hurts right now, because we had so much hope for this team. For the 2023 Dallas Cowboys. We had so much hope. The offense was rolling. But your defense disappeared halfway through the season, and we ignored it. We ignored it. And now that you ignore all those things, and they all come to light in the playoff game, you revert back to your old ways and just say, this Dak fault. That's not fair, man. Dak don't play defense. Yes, he gave 2 short fields. He gave 1 short field. He threw a pick 6 on the other one. But just because we aren't scoring doesn't mean they have to score on 6 of their first 7 drives. That's not Dak's fault. That's your defense. That's the young lion not getting the job done up front. Tank, Hank, nobody played good. Nobody. So for us to just single out Dak Prescott. So if Dak would have played good, everything would have been better. Considering the defense gave up 42 points. You're going to tell me that it would have went better if Dak Prescott would have played better. You're just reverting back to the easiest target to blame. It's always easiest to blame the quarterback, especially when he have a game like that. But I still support him. He's still my QB. Whether we like it or not, he has a no-trade clause. He will be here next year. Now, whether they extend him or not, I don't know. But he's our quarterback. But if you can look at that game and say, that's Dak's fault, you don't know very much about football. And maybe you need a real lesson in football and how football works. Complementary football. For one, if the defense can't get off the field, the offense can't get into a rhythm. The offense couldn't get into a rhythm because the defense couldn't get off the field. And you can see it from the first drive. That defense was not going to be good all day. They drove right down the field and scored. They had a 90-something yard drive in the game. But that's all Dak Prescott's fault. Look, man, I really want to appreciate y'all for watching me this season. Anybody who caught a video, anybody who has been reacting, commenting, whatever, I really, really appreciate it. Did it go how I wanted it to this season? Nah, I wanted to get to 500 subscribers before the playoffs, but it didn't happen. That's fine. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to be here doing my show. We're going to move into the Big D Media Sports podcast soon. Trying to get me a schedule down and a format that I would like to come with, but that's coming soon. We're not going to stop during the off season. We're going to go through the draft. We're going to go through training camp over here at Big D Media. I'm not a huge draft guy. I don't know everybody out there, but I do know we need linebackers. We need some running backs. We need some safeties. We do need new safeties. Malik Hooker getting up there in age. J-Ron Curse can really go on about his business. We need to start looking to fill in some gaps on this offensive line because we got a couple of linemen that's long in the teeth, and they all can't play forever. So I would like to see us really, really go after some linebackers in this draft, some dogs, some real Roquan, Fred Warner type linebackers. I know those names are, but I mean type of intensity, the type of, you know, just toughness of those linebackers is what I mean. I don't think they, you know, I think them two boys going to be Hall of Famers one day. So we don't need to, you know, go find somebody exactly like them, but it would be nice to go out and get some good, sturdy linebackers and a new running back. It's time to go get a new running back. It's hard to believe that 7 years ago we picked up Ezekiel Elliott and he's gone, but he's gone, and I miss him. And we really could have used him in that game on Sunday to slow the game down, to bring us some of them tough 2 and 3 yard runs to shorten up those drives, but he's no longer here. So we really need to find our next Ezekiel Elliott, our next Marion Barber, our next Emmitt Smith, our next great running back here on this team. Needs to come in this draft, free agency, whatever we do. It needs to happen. Tony Pollard is serviceable, but he is not anyone to game plan for. And we need somebody that requires, that warrants a game plan when you come to play us. And Zeke always did. So, yeah, that's about where we at here at Big D Media. We are not going to stop the channel because the Dallas Cowboys lost. We are going to continue this thing throughout the playoffs to the Super Bowl, on into the off season. So be looking out for that. All my subscribers, I really, really appreciate you subscribing. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell if you like the content, man, so you'll know when we talking football over here. I appreciate you watching the video, and I really, really am sorry, Cowboy Nation. I know we didn't hear from the players, but if it means anything, I'm sorry that we're going through this again. I'm sorry you're going through this again. But it will get better. It will get better, and I know it's coming. I think we right there. I think we right there, Cowboy Nation, and I think that's why it's so frustrating. But we right there, man. But was a bitter end to such a good season. But Fo's still my quarterback, and hopefully Mike McCarthy's still my coach. I really like him. I really do like Mike McCarthy. I hope he can find whatever it is he's missing right now and get us over that hump. But if he's not our coach next year, we appreciate everything you've done for us, Mike. Hate we couldn't get one together. But I'm Big D here at Big D Media. I appreciate you watching and subscribing and commenting and everything. And as always,